So what does the idea of a smart city mean to you?
City is using technology and linking it up from a fundamental point of view with the infrastructure of the city to make it more connected, to make things more efficient, and link everything together really.
I think a smart city, just by that definition, starts with the wrong emphasis in thinking about the city being smart, because really it's the people who own the city that need to be smart, and it's how it's enabled with a combination of at least people, objects in it, and the use of technology. So I think often people think about smart cities as being led by technology first, and we certainly think it needs to have a blended approach where you think more holistically and certainly about the people.
So when you think about the term smart city, what does it mean to you?
Everything's intelligent. I think of like electric cars and electric doors and things that open on their own. You wouldn't need keys anymore. Things all happen on their own, and everything sort of anticipates what you're going to want.
Based on what we just talked about, do you think you would like to live in a smart home?
Yes. So I live in Bath at the moment, and we can't have smart meters or anything like that because we're in a vault underground, and I feel like I'm missing out on something because I can't. As soon as you put the word smart in something, I'm like, I want it because it's really smart.
So the fundamental problem with Bristol is just getting around it.
I think a major one that I guess most people in Bristol would recognise is challenges of the transport system.
I come in to work on the bus every day. The bus service itself is fantastic. The buses cannot move because of the traffic.
When you think about smart technology, are there ways that you think it could help Bristol tackle the climate emergency?
Definitely. Smart technology fundamentally would let there be less vehicles on the road.
Well, the climate crisis is obviously very real. What's very hard is knowing that you as an individual, as an independent person, it's quite hard to know what you can do on your own. Smart technology, I think, has the potential to bring lots of different individuals and lots of different community groups who are working in that field to bring them together.
The speed of transition is what we need to think about, and how do we transition to a much lower carbon future, and there's a sort of pathway which I think is beginning to be mapped out, but I think cities are the units in which a lot of that's going to happen, and I think Bristol's right at the cutting edge of that.
When you move around Bristol, do you think about whether your digital data is being tracked?
Probably like most people, I don't think of it day to day.
For most people, every day, it's not something that is really there or being discussed. And I think there is potential to really have that conversation, to really understand, because data capturing is becoming more and more important.
So when you move around the city, how conscious are you about your data being tracked and who might be looking at that data?
I'm quite conscious, so so in my work life, our server is hosted by Gmail. In my personal life, I don't use Gmail, and I don't use any email servers that track my location. So I have quite a lot of friends who use Gmail as their personal account, and then they use Google Maps and they save their pins and they track where they've been, and they track the restaurants that they've been to and their friends' houses. I don't want any of that, and I deliberately don't get involved in any of that.
I've always said, as long as I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be, it doesn't matter if people know where I am, but there is always that thing of thinking, oh well, if I Google this and I'm here, am I now in this pool of people that have Googled where is the nearest Starbucks? And it's just intriguing to think about how you fit into that little like pocket of data that they've got from that little tiny area. To think that at least if I went missing or something, someone would be able to find me because they know I looked for Starbucks in Bristol City Centre.
That's nice to use them in this case, If the internet was down for a day in Bristol, what would you do?
I would be frustrated for a while, but then I'd think that actually it was probably a good thing, and it would probably disrupt some work, but actually now nothing for me is time critical, so I hope I'd cope.
Yeah, you cope. What would you actually do?
What would I actually do? I would continue to wander around and have to meet people.
Find a coffee shop. Excellent, thank you.
Everything would stop. Pretty much. And I think that's pretty scary. because we exist in a world where everything is connected.
Well, if the Wi-Fi went down in my workplace, then I'd use my 3G on my phone,
yeah,
so I'd
yeah.
hotspot. Yeah.
If the 3G went down as well.
If the 3G,
Or
so
4G.
yeah, if the 3G or the 4G went down, I'd work on some offline documents. Yeah, so we have Dropbox in business, so we would probably use our files offline. And
Okay,
work.
so
there'd be loads of
you
stuff for
wouldn't
me
be
to
that
do.
phased by it.
No,
You'd be
no.
pretty cool about it.
Yeah.
If you're in Bristol and the internet goes down for a day, what would you do instead?
Well, I would have no idea where I was going because I use Google Maps. I don't even think I could get to Clifton without Google Maps. I use it to get literally everywhere. So I suppose it would probably make me actually explore the city a bit more and actually pay attention to what's going on around. So it would be a case of just wandering and seeing what I felt like you do in a lot of foreign countries where you just sort of walk
Be a bit
to see
more,
where you end up.
a bit more
Yeah.
kind of exploratory.
I'd probably be a little bit happier,
Oh,
maybe, but yeah, that's probably
interesting.